Check it. Alright guys, you are back for another video with DataZero. Cram-packed video for you guys this week. We're going to be looking at the weekly outlook and prediction, give you guys the information that you need to know as a trader and investor on the short and long term. Also guys, I need to know down in the comments, let me know, I truly want to know your honest opinions. Are you bullish or bearish on the market? Do you think we're in a bubble and going to see a correction in the long term? Or do you think we're going to see a brand new bull run in 2024? Let me know in the comments down below. Truly want to know your honest opinions. Now this video is cram-packed full of information you need to know as a trader and investor. We're going to be looking at the technicals, news on crypto, and the stock market. Let's not waste any more time and hop right into the charts. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. In this video, we're looking at AMC, GME, and SPY. We're also going to be looking at Bitcoin as well. This is your weekly update and prediction, the time of the week where we give you a weekly outlook on the news, information, and technicals that you need to know as a trader and investor. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop in the charts, the facts, the data, and see what we have going on. So the first thing I want to point out for you guys is BTC. We're going to be looking at BTC here and just giving you guys an overall general idea of what's going on in the crypto market, and then we'll be looking at the overall stock market. So BTC is breaking out of an overall falling wedge. We had a second falling wedge here that brought us up to the critical support and resistance of 43,250. We're trying to break above that level as we speak. If BTC breaks above 43,250, you're going to see a decent pop to the upside for BTC, probably all the way up to about 45 to 47K. So I know that's a big range, but 45 on the low end, 47 on the high end, as BTC is using this critical support and resistance as resistance right now. But if we break above it and use it as support, you're going to see a nice move to the upside. And why do I say that? Because if you look, this is definitely a critical support and resistance. We tried to get above it, couldn't hold it here, got a strong rejection all the way down to 41K. Finally found a bottom there, moving us back to the upside. But you guys can see how we keep getting rejected. We need to get above that, hold that level as support, and then that's when you could see a movement to the upside for BTC, looking for that rally and that continuation to the upside that we are looking for Bitcoin. And I do think we will see a continuation to the upside based off of the daily MACD being green, based off of the weekly MACD being green, and based off of the monthly MACD being green as well. So these are all indications of bullishness on the bigger time frames, and I do think we will actually see a bull run for BTC as we have a buy signal on the monthly time frame. We're breaking out of a massive falling wedge as well, and we have the green monthly MACD. We also have the fundamental side of things because Bitcoin has a halving here in April, and normally a month or two after the halving, Bitcoin hits all-time highs or near all-time highs. It's around all-time highs a month or two after the halving, and that happens this year in 2024. So I do believe Bitcoin is actually setting up for a new bull run, whether you believe that or not. And I am positioned, for full disclosure, I am positioned in BTC to take full advantage of that bull run when we do see it, as I am predicting. So this is what we are looking for BTC on the overall long and short term. I do think that BTC is basically consolidating, getting ready to make a move to retest that 49K. When we do get above 49K, BTC is going to absolutely explode. That's going to put us in the more of the like optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria stages, and then that's when you'll start to see altcoins really take off as well. And altcoins will do well, like the top 100 altcoins are all going to do well. So if you hold any of these altcoins, they will do well, especially when Bitcoin gets in those later stages of the bull run where you see a lot of optimism, belief, thrill, and euphoria like we did in 2020 and a little bit of 2021. So that's what we're looking at for BTC on the short and long term. Let's go ahead and show you guys what's going on for SPY and what we can expect for SPY here as far as news, events, and things of that nature, and as far as technicals. So let's go ahead and show you guys just what's going on here. I did want to make everyone aware that World War III, WW3 fears are legitimate, guys. They are legitimate. Things are heating up, and this is market related news. So I wanted to put this in here, something that everyone should definitely be aware of. U.S. hits hard at militias in Iraq and Syria, retaliating for the fatal drone attacks. So the U.S. military launched an air assault on dozens of sites in Iraq and Syria. So basically, the USA is bombing Iraq and Syria right now, attacking Iraq and Syria. Again, things are heating up and the conflict is getting much, much worse. And this is something that should be on every trader and investor's radar. Traders, because it can cause volatility in the short term, and investors, because it can cause long-term movements in the macro, midterm, and long-term perspective of things. So this is something you definitely want to keep on your radar and stay up on. And I will be posting news and information as it is available to us. So that's what we're looking at for that. I do want to show you guys as well what's going on as far as data sets. Very pretty uneventful week, as you guys can see. ISM is the only thing we're really looking at right now. ISM is the only thing we're really looking at, and this is our 3-star data set dropping. So we will be looking at ISM on Monday, seeing what those numbers are. The forecast is a little bit higher than the previous, so we will see if those ISM numbers do come out higher or lower and what effect that will have on the market. Now let's show you guys what's going on as far as technicals are concerned and what we could be seeing as far as that. So I really think SPY is mostly going to consolidate this week. And I will show you guys the candle print that I do believe is going to be happening and what we expect on Monday. So Monday, this is what I'm expecting. You guys can see we had a little bit of sell off here into close and then pulling back here into after hours. The whole bombing attack kind of happened here right after market close around 5 p.m. on Friday. So it was after market close here in after hours. I don't think we're going to see an overall massive pullback here in the morning. I don't think we're going to wake up and it's going to be dropped down a lot. I don't think that's going to be the case. If that was the case, we would see a pop to the upside and a continuation down. If you see a big gap down, that's what you're going to see. When market opens, you're going to see a pop to the upside and a continuation down. I think more likely what's going to be the case, it's actually going to be flat like this and start consolidating. Guys, we are in a bubble and the market is detached from fundamentals. So as a trader, we can play the upside and downside as they comes. As an investor, we need to be ready for when the bubble does pop, because this bubble will pop. Meta and Nvidia are completely out of control. First of all, they are completely blown out as far as RSI is concerned. They have massive gap fills. There is no support. They are outside of the Bollinger Bands. These things will come back down to reality. These gaps will get filled, and it's going to be absolutely devastating when it does. You can see there's actually gaps lower than that, multiple gaps. The market is literally built on air, so when this thing does correct, it is going to be absolutely devastating, ladies and gentlemen. And as investors, we will be ready. As traders, we can take advantage of the upside and downside, that volatility that comes with these types of moves in the short term. And again, Nvidia, gap fills, trying to get outside of the bands, retesting the top of the bands. RSI just completely blown out on these bigger time frames, outside the bands on the weekly time frames. Again, these things are going to come back down to reality, and when they do, going to be absolutely devastating, because you're going to see a massive pullback for things like Nvidia all the way back down to 300. Believe it or not, these gaps will get filled. That's why you don't see gaps all over charts, because they do get filled, and there's multiple gaps for Nvidia and Meta. Now let's go ahead and show you guys what's going on for the overall market. I do think Apple too, which is one of the main stocks holding up the market right now, is going to see an overall continuation to the downside. So SPY is actually going to be looking a little bit more bearish this week. I think in the beginning half of the week, we're going to be seeing SPY basically start to consolidate along these ranges here of 494.05. Then it's going to come up to 494.50 in the morning, and then reject from that level. So you guys can tune in on the live stream to see if this does track or not, and I will be giving live technical analysis and predictions as they do come out. So tune in while the market is open, 9:30, 9:15 Eastern Standard Time, AM, and I will be live while the market is open. You guys can tune in anytime while the market is open, and most likely I will be live because I do stream the whole entire market mostly every single day. Now here on the hourly time frame, you guys can see we have red. On the 30-minute time frame, we can see that we have red MACD. Again, this is all signs of short-term downside. So I do think we're going to be seeing a downside move down towards 491, 492 for SPY. throughout Monday and Tuesday, and it's actually looking bearish on Monday and Tuesday, which means the later half of the week is most likely going to be bearish as well. That's why I do think we are going to be seeing a red candle print. I do have the candle right here for you guys, what we're potentially seeing, maybe even a little bit lower. I do think we are going to be seeing a retest of 490, 491, and start retesting some of these lower lows. If SPY is able to hold those ranges, then maybe next week it'll be able to continue up. But right now, this week, most likely what you're going to see is a little bit of pullback and consolidation before a move to the upside can occur, and if a move to the upside is going to occur. So I think people waiting for SPY to hit 500 this week are probably going to be disappointed, because I don't think 500 is a possibility for SPY this week. But again, to each their own, and this market is in a bubble, so anything is possible. And as an investor, we will be ready when the bubble pops. As a trader, we're going to make money on the short term. So this is what we're looking at for SPY. I do think we're going to be seeing a red week as far as I am concerned, and we will be looking at that as far as the market when the live stream is open. Now let's go ahead and show you guys what's going on for GME stock and what's happening for GME. And then we're going to move into AMC and finish up this video. So this is what we're looking at for GME. As you guys can see, GME is bullish, okay? There's nothing else I can say. GME is bullish. We pulled off a green week last week. I think we're going to see a continuation of this. We're going to see a continuation of this. We're going to see another green week, and I'll probably have a play in the Discord for GameStop. I definitely have one for SPY or either SQQQ, most likely SPY puts, and probably SQQQ calls. I'll give you guys the official play in the Discord. So if you're part of the Discord, you guys can check that out. I'll give you guys levels and all of that stuff there. And I'll probably have one for GameStop as well. So if you are in the Discord, check out those. Now, daily MACD or daily Bollinger Bands constricting. Volatility's coming. Daily MACD just turned green. Guys, GameStop is to be excited about. I don't care what anyone says. GameStop's to be excited about. It was consolidating for a couple weeks, making its bottom off of that higher low. So it's literally tracking perfectly with this V-shaped recovery out of the depression mode and then making a higher low. Literally, if you go ahead and go to GameStop, you can plot it out. And I'll show you guys what I mean exactly by that. But if you go to GameStop, you can see, and I'll turn off the Bollinger Band so you guys can see, anger, which is that double bottom, which drops to a lower low. And that goes to a higher low, which is going to lead into a disbelief rally. And if you go ahead and look at the market cycle psychology chart, you can see anger. That drops into a lower low, which drops into a higher low, and it moves up. Again, this is the macro time frame. It takes a long time to happen. Look how many candles weekly it took just to make this falling wedge. But not only are we tracking along with that, but we are breaking out of a massive falling wedge, which is a bullish continuation pattern, the same thing that Bitcoin is breaking out of. Guys, GameStop is to be excited about. Also, GameStop, only 65,000 shares available to borrow. Liquidity starting to dry up even more for GME stock. Again, GameStop is to be excited about. GameStop is looking bullish. And again, I will have a play for you guys in the Discord. So if you want, go ahead and check that out. We're going to go ahead and look at StockTracker just to see how many shares are locked up in computer share. 48.6% of it locked up in computer share. And again, only 65,000 shares available to borrow according to Fintel, 80,000 according to StockTracker. This is last week's information, but we should have a decent gamma ramp at about $20. So if you do see GameStop start to move up to those higher levels like $18, $20, you're going to see an explosive move. I don't know if that could happen this week, but that's what GameStop is setting up for. Basically, we make that higher low, and then we're going to start moving back to the upside as we break out of this pennant, start filling these gaps to the upside, coming back towards $18. Once we use $18 as support, that's what's going to lead us into our disbelief rally. Literally going to lead us into our disbelief rally, which is going to lead into a new bull run for GameStop. Again, it's tracking out perfectly. When in doubt, zoom out. All of the everyday movements can get you confused. Look at the MACD starting to curl up. In a month or two, maybe 3 months, we'll have a green MACD on the monthly. It's going perfect, guys. You cannot ask for anything else. All we want is to continue to see GameStop start to move back to the upside as it's breaking out of this pennant. So we're going to be looking for a higher high on GameStop, higher than this 14.95 level, and I do think GameStop is going to have a green week this week. As far as Monday is concerned, it looks like we'll probably have a little bit of pullback on Monday and Tuesday, and then the later half of the week be able to continue back to the upside. But if we get above 14.95 on Monday, you could see a decent pop to the upside, and we do have MACD green. So this is what we're looking at for GameStop. I do think we're going to be seeing a green week on GameStop, and this is my prediction for GameStop. So far, we have red week on SPY, green week for GameStop. Let's go ahead and go into AMC and show you guys what's going on for AMC. So AMC, a lot of people are super depressed with AMC as it is nearing the bottom and getting lows. Okay, it's putting in lower lows. RSI extremely low, as you guys can see, extremely oversold. If you go ahead and pop on the Bollinger Bands starting to constrict, letting us know volatility is coming. You can see that on the daily. You guys can see that the RSI is trending up here on the daily time frame while price is making lower lows and lower highs. That is bullish divergence. This is going to play out in a big way. Green daily MACD as well, and it looks like we're in a bit of an overall downward pennant, or not a pennant, but a falling wedge, as you guys can see marked here in yellow. So if we can get back up to even the $4.15 level, you could see a pop to the upside for AMC. This is why they didn't want AMC to even get at $4. We did close above $4 on Friday, which is going to give us a gamma ramp. I believe AMC is actually going to bounce on Monday. I don't even think we're going to be having to retest that $3 level, that $3.93 level. I don't think we're going to have to retest it. I'll show you guys what I'm basically looking at on Monday. So this is probably what you're going to see, a consolidation above $4 in the AM. Now they might try to push it down, so we might have to again retest that 398. I don't think we're going to be coming back down to like 393 or anything like that. I don't think it's going to be a big drop like you have been seeing in the mornings. Definitely going to see a drop in the morning though. And then we'll be able to get back above $4 and work our way up, making Monday a green day. I believe that AMC is actually going to bounce Monday based off of what we've seen on Friday. I think we're going to be able to hold $4 and continue up. Now, the only thing we do have to worry about is the shares available to borrow. They have been trying to short us down, but this is what will bring cost to borrow up. So if you look at AMC cost to borrow, and it literally digs the hole deeper. The more shares that they need, the more that it's going to drive cost to borrow up. Every time they have to get those shares, you can see we have spikes in cost to borrow. Every time they have to get more and more shares and re-up, when they get those like 5 million shares, 2 million shares, cost to borrow starts to spike. Now you guys can see they only have 200,000 shares available to borrow. They were literally dumping all last week, dumping hundreds of thousands of shares on AMC, trying to push this thing down. But they're literally, again, digging their hole deeper. Because why? People are continuing to buy because they know it is the lows. People are starting to step in at these low prices, and the lower AMC gets, the more attractive to apes it gets to buy those dips. So they are literally stuck in a position where if this thing does go down any lower, it would just make sense to cover the rest of the short interest. Why? Because why are you going to fight an infinite battle that is going to cost infinite amount of money, keep paying every single day, when you could actually just cover the rest of the short interest, get the little bit of squeeze out that would be necessary, and then just move on with your day, get out of the play. So why would they continue to kick the can down the road when they could have a solution, especially if the price gets lower and lower and lower to a certain level? Again, that's a little bit of speculation, but I believe that is what their ultimate plan is. Either drive it down low enough where they try to get everyone to sell, which I don't think would happen. Literally, apes start to buy when the price gets lower because they're educated. They're buying the bottom. They're buying low so they can sell high. They're also making plays on the short term with call options and stuff like that. So there's constantly gamma in AMC, and that is something that they're always worried about. That's why they didn't want it above $4 this week, because we did have a decent gamma ramp for AMC. We did have a decent gamma ramp for AMC at that $5 level and the $4 level. So if you look, last week we had 41,000 calls expiring the money at $5. All we needed to do was get to like 450, which was max pain for last week. If we got the 450, that would have gave us the gamma ramp till we need till 5. That's when things can start to getting out of control, because why? We start getting gamma ramps, price starts creeping up. FOMO kicks in, price creeps up even more. Next thing you know, a small short position covers, price kicks up even more, and that's how easily a squeeze could kick off. Also, if a black swan event such as WW3 or some type of massive pullback where liquidity gets drained out of the market, all this excess liquidity that's creating this bubble gets drained out of the market, and that would cause a liquidity crunch, that could cause a short squeeze. Again, these two stocks, AMC and GME, whether you believe it or not, I believe personally could take off at any time. A catalyst could help, but they could take off anytime just based off gamma ramp, FOMO, and then shorts covering. A short squeeze could occur anytime, but I do believe a black swan event would definitely help kick these things off. And someone asked me in the comments, what do I think a good hedge against the bubble popping is? SQQQ, Bitcoin, AMC, and GME. I believe that they will do well even in the conflict environment. And when the bubble pops, I believe they will do well. SQQQ because it goes up when the market goes down. Bitcoin because it is a store of value. And AMC and GME because of the plumbing of the stock market, because of the short positions will have to go up, because if the liquidity gets drained out of the market, that will cause a liquidity crunch, which will cause a short squeeze, sending these two stocks to the moon. So that's what we're looking at as far as technicals and fundamentals. As far as what we can expect for AMC throughout the week, again, I do think we're going to be actually having a bullish week this week. So guys, look for a green candle for this week for AMC. On the weekly time frame, I think we're going to be able to hold these levels. We finally retested it enough. I think we're going to be able to move to the upside. The only thing we would have to worry about literally is like if Adam Aaron just came in and said, hey, we're going to do more dilution right now. That would obviously bring the price down. But again, if he did that, why would he dilute at these low prices? He would literally just be exposing himself more, because there's no reason to sell for these low prices when you could literally wait and make more money if you sell it for a much higher price. So he would literally be exposing himself, trying to help the hedge funds push it down even more, because that would literally be the only reason to dilute at these ranges. And again, AMC came back above critical support and resistance, held $4. It's holding $4 here in after hours. And this is why I believe we're actually going to be able to continue to hold these levels and hold this range and not see much lower lows and start to move back to the upside, especially once we break out of this pennant, which is set to happen this week. And that's why I think we're actually going to see a bullish week this week on AMC. So I am seeing a green week for AMC stock, a green week for GME stock, and a red week for SPY. Guys, this was your weekly update and prediction. If you found the video informative, go ahead and drop a like. Press subscribe for more content like this. And remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. The Discord is where I put out exclusive trades, buy and sell signals, and it's also an exclusive community. If you want to join that and be a part of that, hit me up on my email, Instagram, or Twitter. Those are linked down below, and just say, hey, I want to join the Discord. I will send you some payment information and information about the Discord. Payment is made via PayPal or Cash App. It's $50 for a lifetime invitation. You want to get in before spots fill up or the server gets closed. So hit me up on my email, Instagram, and Twitter. DataZero Official 5, link down in the description of this video. And guys, if you want to support the channel for free, all you have to do is simply drop a like and leave a comment. But if you want, you can leave a super chat or donation during the live streams. I appreciate each and every one of you that watched the end of this video. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. All right, y'all, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like and press subscribe for more content like this. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you that watched this video to the end, because so few people are able to watch to the end because TikTok has absolutely decimated people's attention span. So if you're one of the few that were able to watch to the end, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. Leave a comment below. And as always, I appreciate y'all. Have fun. Stay safe. Make money. Peace out.